All right. All right, so what we're going to do here is play around a little bit. And we're going to make up some shish kebab. And the problem with some of these things is you wait too long to put your stuff together and then you get hungry. That's not good. So we're going to take some of this Orville Redenbacher popcorn, which was just like amazingly expensive. I had to send somebody to the store to buy it because when I tried to buy it, I couldn't stand it. All right, get us a little oil going on. And I like to use a little combination of rendered butter and oil to cook the popcorn in. That was a trick my first wife showed me. Rendered butter, I mean, so easy to do. Why would you pay $1 million for that rendered butter that they call ghee, which really isn't ghee because ghee is cultured, and they don't culture it. They just take run-of-the-mill regular butter and render it. Well, you can do that. Put it in a cast iron pan and very, very slowly cook it off till the bubbles stop. And then filter it in a good fine filter or cheesecloth or whatever you got into a container, and then boom, right into the fridge. And you got rendered butter. That takes all the milk solids out of it. So for people who are lactose intolerant or who are trying to avoid dairy because they're paleo or whatever, it works. Because basically it's just beef fat by the time you're done. How much to put? I don't know. What do you want? You do it a few times, you sort of figure out what's too many popcorns. But in this wok, man, it's hard to put too many popcorns in there. Pretty hard. While we're waiting on the popcorn, here's the meat. I put this up last night. This is New York steak cut into cubes. Fresh mushrooms cut in half. And canned pineapple chunks in some Bragg's or some soy sauce. Make sure it's gluten-free though. And I put some sugar and salt and pepper in that and let it sit all night. Because honestly, I made it and everybody was gone and I couldn't stand to eat something this cool by myself. The next round, onions, tomatoes, various kinds of sweet peppers, various colors. And these make for a very colorful skewer. And the thing that inspired this particular production for tonight was we were over in the clearance section of Walmart, and these were like a couple bucks. And what these are is little appliances to help you make shish kebabs. So you put your pieces in here, and you put your skewer in here, and you do them all at once. Looks like a great idea. We're going to check it out. It's cheap enough anyway. Bamboo skewer is important. And I should have left that rendered butter out, because as soon as this popcorn's popped, I'm going to take a bunch of butter along the edges of this pan, let it melt in there, a little salt, a little sugar for the kind of fair kind of popcorn. Now generally I like to clean up as I go along. It's a habit I got when I was in the construction industry. I find it easier to work when you're not stepping all over your mess. It's a hard habit to get though, but it really helps. That being said, I'll put away some of this camera equipment so it's not hanging out on the table. We're working on a song called, I don't know what it's called, but it's a Little Sips song. You always need a good set of these pads when you're dealing with cast iron. They get warm. Be careful peeking in there, you could get a face full of grease. Cast iron you generally want to bring up to heat slowly so it doesn't develop hot spots. And then when you've got a thorough heated pan, then you can crank it up. Man, these Redenbachers are hitting the top of this pan like crazy. Like I've never heard popcorn hit so hard. It's that Miley Cyrus song about I never hit so hard in love. This stuff is, whoa. This is a deluxe popcorn. Yeah, can you hear how hard it's hitting? Like, fuck, it's just that, the other stuff doesn't do that. The Jiffy Pop.
So I know you could do shit in audition. It's exactly the same.
Just be here at 11 tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I know you'll come and play with some shit. So this is Scott's thing up here.
I totally will.
Your thing's down here, and it's cut up, and you know the grab tool and the razor tool. You know those things.
I don't really. I just. All right. Let's see how we did. Woohoo! Still still popping. All right, now. Ouch. Whoa, it's still going. All right, now what we do is take some of this rendered butter. And just let it sit on the side of the pan and melt on down. Melt on down. So you're taking off, yo?
Yep.
I wonder if I should cook this shish kebab tonight, or just put it together and let it sit till tomorrow afternoon. I think
marinate. You don't want to marinate probably more than 24 hours. 12 hours actually is really long, depending on what you're doing. Like if it's salty and shit.
Well, so all right, I cook it tonight. Before you go, or you're driving yourself?
Yep.
Could you throw a little fire on there?
Yeah. Probably.
I think I might have left enough chopped up wood, and then there's kerosene in that little container of lighter fluid. All right. All right, so I say a little bit of salt. This is half salt, half potassium, because we don't get enough potassium. We get way too much salt, pushes out the potassium, messes up our and then this is just a little sugar, a little raw sugar from Mexico. Oh, it's raw. No pepper, silly. All right, now I just do this because it catches the butter ever so lightly on all the little kernels of corn. And these aren't little kernels, these are really big kernels. So, Redenbacher, you're bad ass. And as I look down, there's probably not even 10 uncooked whatever. So, thumbs up for Redenbacher. If you want the gourmet popcorn. Otherwise, I just use a Jolly Time. Most time, that's fine. All right, excuse me a minute. I'm going to go out and do a little fire. Wow, that is so yum. You can see my fingers getting all greasy already. Man. Okay, we're back. I was outside firing up the barbecue. I'm going to go ahead and cook these. There's nobody here to eat them with. I will be sad, beyond sad. But they're really good the next day. Oh my God. They're like so much better the next day, cold. So, somebody shows up at work about lunchtime, they can have some delicious shish kebab. All right. Yum. Popcorn can really take the edge off your appetite. All right, so we got a fire going outside. Now, we are not using charcoal, we're using really wood, so real wood. So it may take 2 hours before that fire is burned down and cold enough, and cold as in coals, C-O-A-L-S. But in the meantime, what I'll do here is I will prepare these shish kebabs, and then yeah, there's no room for anything in this little house, but it is a full-on studio. Audio, video, animation, whatever. We got drones. We got it all. Very cool. We have built this business to benefit our community. and we are incorporating as a cooperative so that members of our community that are interested can support the cooperative or become voting members of the cooperative and make a ton of money, hopefully. And the ton of money isn't the point. The point is to make available really high quality media production for the entire community at large. Small businesses, community organizations, churches, nonprofits, other co-ops, whatever. Now this is what I like to do. Are we in close enough here? Do we need to be closer? Closer? Now children, if you don't try this at home if you're under the legal age of drinking. However, there's something to be said for relaxing and enjoying the cooking you're doing. This is, in fact, an exercise in love, because when you cook for people, when you feed people, when you work hard to make nutritious, pretty food for them to eat, gluten-free, of course, in this place, all gluten-free. Okay. It imbues the food with love, and so when you eat this food that's created and given in love, then you absorb the love that was intended in doing that. It's some smart guy once said, we don't live by bread alone, and I think he was talking about the love. You can have a little food, a lot of food. If there's love in it, oh man. All right, so I mix that all up like that because I'm going to load up my appliance here, my shish kebab appliance, and we'll get this loaded up, all ready to go. We'll see how it works. If I don't like it, I'll just go back doing it the old way. I like to skewer these in a way that's, I put meat on the outsides because that holds everything on the skewer over the fire, and then I like to alternate ingredients, and I'd like to do it by color. So we got mushrooms, onions, tomatoes, 2 or 3 different colors, sweet peppers. We have meat, and so let's go. All right, let me try and figure out how this thing works. Glass is on. Fortification. All right, boom, piece of meat. Boom, see? Boom. Onion. Boom. Tomato. So, you get onion, tomato. Okay. We may go heavy on the meat here because we got a lot of this New York steak in here. Pepper. Pineapple. I'm gonna dump that pineapple right in the middle of that pepper. So I already kind of sense a problem with this. Let's do some onion, tomato, more pepper. Onion, mushroom, and then when all the some of the ingredients you don't have as many as the other, they'll start to run out, and then the last bunch will be all meat and mushrooms, or all onion and mushrooms, or whatever you got left over. All right, meat. Alright, so here's this pretty little thing. Looks just like the package. Little picture. Now the theory is, when I hold this, and I take this, and run it straight through, and then flip it out. All right, I'm gonna call this one a no-go. All right, novel experiment over. Let's do it old school. Sides, more love. Every time you handle it, you're imbuing it with love. Unless you're a hater, I guess, then you're imbuing it with hate. Yeah, I'd be careful about that. I think if I was a hater, I'd be eating at restaurants a lot. All right. Oh. Yep. Give yourself enough on the end so you can handle it on the fire. This was a fail. 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 Bye. And since it seemed like such a good idea, we bought two, but fail. Popcorn. I'm gonna go out and check on the fire. Okay, fires are roaring, man. This little fire ring that I got at Walmart, it wasn't too much, $60, $70. It's pretty heavy duty, and you can sit around and have a fire in it. And when that fire burns down, then we have that grill you might be able to see over the bench, and that goes on there, and then you can barbecue. And then when it's time to leave it for the night, you put that little cap on it that's off to the left, and it's very cool, or very warm. It's a little chilly out. Not too bad. It was a beautiful day today. Sunny, dry, mid 50s, early 60s. All right. Actually, now that I think about it, it helps to have a junk police car in your barbecue space. Gives it kind of that, oh, I don't know, escape from LA look. Gorgeous day outside today. And a beautiful sunset just finished. I would have loved to have got the drone up in the air. But I was sharing this meal with loved ones instead. Now, one of the cool things about this shish kebab and making them like this is you can get a whole 2, 3, 4, 5 people, 6 people around a table, and everybody takes a skewer and makes their own what they'd like to see. And that's a great time to talk and have fun with trying to stick all these little various vegetables, these little pointy bamboo sticks. Alright, so we got a little piece of marinated meat. In fact, it's all marinated last night. So it's ready to be cooked. We got tomato, we got pineapple, we got some more meat, some more mushroom, onion, pepper, tomato, looking for pineapple, more meat, onion, pepper, pineapple, and one chunk of meat to hold it on the end. Ooh, I made that pretty big. It's alright, I'll eat that one. And this is how you do it. Alright, don't file DRM claim on that, please. I think it's fair use. Ooh, look at that pretty orange. Whoa, let's put some white in first. Then some orange. And then there's also meat. Tomato. Oh man, mushroom. Yum. Now I use Bragg's instead of soy sauce, but you can use soy sauce. It's just the Bragg's is gluten-free, and there are gluten-free soy sauces, especially traditionally made tamari and other Japanese stuff, because Japanese don't traditionally use wheat in stuff. Oh, obviously you want to wash your hands, but I like this get your hands into the stuff personally. And then every once in a while I'll wash my hands some more, so I'm not messing around with the fire or something. I've been cooking for 55 years, and as far as I know, I've never made anybody sick yet. Alright, I'm wondering if you can even see this. So, yeah, it looks like you can see it. I'm on full auto tonight because I don't have a camera up. And my beloved is thousands and thousands of miles away. This is the best chance I get. Ooh, look at that with all the fat on it. Oh, that'll cook up so nicely on the barbecue. That fat will kind of render down a little bit and burn and get a little bit crunchy. Alright, more meat. Voila. Up to 4 of those bad boys. This is how we do it. Oh, I'd love to put on some music, but then I probably would get a DRM complaint. Now this process of slowly and patiently putting the vegetables and meat on the skewers while thinking of loved ones or the beloved can very easily become a meditation. We'll call it the shish kebab meditation. I don't know if you fellas out there or gals like to meditate, but this really works good for that. You can actually do like that little poem with the flowers, a daisy. She loves me not, she loves me, she loves me not. Except in this case, each piece is she loves me, the next piece is I love her, the next piece is they love me, next piece is I love them. Next piece is our Father. We can wish love to the whole world with this tomato. This tomato represents love to the world. Piece of meat. Oh, Will's loving that onion. Looks like I better lean on the tomatoes a bit because there's a bunch of them. Tell me you can't imagine what that would be like in the morning, or like 3 o'clock in the morning when you get up. You open up the refrigerator for that can of sparkling soda with a little flavor water thing in it, and you see one of those. Oh my goodness. Probably should, I think that skewer's no good. They do a pretty good job with these skewers, but occasionally they come out wonky. So I think what we're going to do is one meat. Oh, another wonky one. 2 wonkies in a row? Alright, so we'll start with meat. We'll do all vegetables. Pineapple, mushroom, pepper, onion, mushroom, tomato, and as pepper, as you notice, that mushroom fell off. It's alright. Just means it didn't want to be there at that moment. And we will take that in stride and use some onion. Onions are cool because I got more, so I can add onions. Alright, and mushrooms up. Mushrooms. And meat. Sometimes, depending on which you have more of, you might end up with all pineapple and meat, or pineapple and mushrooms, or onions and mushrooms, or all meat. There is no way to mess this up. You just can't do it. Everything you do, whether it's a mistake or not, just looks totally cool. So not only is this a good meditation for love, but it's also a great treatment for our tendency to judge things, because you can't judge a shish kebab. It is perfect no matter what. Gee, sounds like our father or something. Now, if you got totally tired of doing this, and there was a bunch of this left over, you could throw it in a cast iron skillet and just cook it like that. And then put it over rice, put it over potatoes. So no such thing as leftovers, no such thing as mistake. Plenty of love. Plenty of healthy, delicious, real food. Fresh. Wholesome. So even while you're doing this, you can think, was I a jerk to anybody today? And if I was a jerk, what was I afraid of? And if you can figure out what you were afraid of, then you can apologize to them if it's appropriate. You can explain what your fear was and how you decided to be a jerk instead of handling your fear in a more... the camera looks like it went off because of the battery, but like I was saying, this little Sony a6500, beautiful little camera. They will heat up on you when you're doing video. And sometimes they'll shut down for that reason. And in this case, it was simply a battery. But one of the things you can do to help these cool off is bring the screen out as far as you can so air gets past there. Alright, so back to our meditation. There's a wonderful book called The Handbook to Higher Consciousness. And it's wonderful because it teaches us how we become addicted to our senses and to our fears, and then how that affects our interaction with ourselves and others. It's a very highly regarded book, and it is very popular, and it's written in the style of a sort of a manual with like sets of principles and stuff that you can use to adjust your thinking or interpret and understand your reaction to your environment, and kind of keep you on track in terms of what's important and what's not. So if you want to be a person that loves, there are numbers of different systems in the world, all of which are great. Just follow them. The great religions will teach you love. There are books that will teach you how to love, stay on point. Basically, deal with your fear, because there's two things that can motivate a human being to act or not act, and one is love, and one is fear. Now, if you're acting in love, don't worry about it. Love takes care of itself. Not to worry. The mischief comes when we make decisions based on fear. That's when people get hurt. And in love, nobody can get hurt. You can feel pain and be uncomfortable, but you can't be hurt. Love is healing and nurturing, and love can do no damage. It's not even possible. So, the only thing we really have to be concerned with is that we're dealing in love, that we're interpreting things, looking at things, acting about things in love and not fear. All right. Seems like a lot of stuff in here. Seems like it would take forever to do this, but actually it doesn't. And man, if there were 6 people here, this would be done in about 2 minutes. It's a remarkably easy and very elegant and impressive meal to put on shish kebab. And you can do it while you're camping. You can do it on the stove. You can throw this stuff in the oven. You can do whatever you want. Me, I like to talk while talking is how I do love a lot. It's one of the ways. Yeah, looks like I had a mushroom fall off there, so we'll move this all up. Yeah, it's fine. Let a kid eat that one. It's small. Yeah, we'll take a little break here. Let's camera cool down. I'll go check on the fire. But you can see basically what's happening here. Yeah. Yeah. Be right back. Okay, so our fire is near ready, so I need to hustle up here. Probably one of the most difficult things about doing a meal like this is timing it to when your fire is right. Now, if you're using charcoal and you can control, or you're using a gas grill of some sort, then not an issue. Take your time, do what you want. But in the case where we're using natural wood here, then I need to be cognizant of how far that wood's burned down. You don't want to put it on too hot a fire and cook them too quickly. Although this is a very quickly cooking dish. Now I would serve this over rice. But tonight I'm just going for the meat and veggies. The starches are generally not cool for paleo. The paleo idea I follow online, which I think is paleoleap.com. It's like one of two subscriptions I have online because they're really good. But they're totally okay with potatoes and white rice, not brown rice, white rice. Isn't that amazing? Awesome, there's the coals. You want perfect coals? There's perfect coals. Fire up the light. Do I like that? I don't know. Cool. We got light. We got natural light. And two colors of artificial light. All right. Let me get the stuff. Oh, dropped one already. Gotta go in and rinse it off. Hurry, hurry, Jared. 5-second rule. Right. The reason I put a beer can in every shot is so when I send it to my sons, they know it's me. It's kind of like the safe word you give your kids. So if somebody calls, about you. If they don't know the safe word, then they're bogus. Alright, so here we go. You have to kind of be sort of gentle with this, otherwise the mushrooms fall on. I would say these coals are pretty darn awesome. I don't know what that was. As long as it didn't knock. And you can take that juice and just pour it in the side there because it smells so good. Alright, now I'm going to go rinse this pan because it's got the raw meat marinade in it, and I want to put the finished kebabs back on it, so let's go do that. And there's popcorn here. Yum! Hope I don't eat so much popcorn I forget to eat the real stuff. Alright. Our mic's still working, our light's still working. Our natural light's working, and our shish kebabs is cooking. Now there's this great big giant dog that comes down the ditch bank here. I will take, when I do ribs, I'll take and throw the ribs up on the ditch bank for him. I hope he doesn't bother coming down for shish kebab and eating me along with it. He's a big dog. He's a bad dog. Oh my God. We're talking something on the order of perfect. Something on the order of perfect. Oh my God, that meat, that New York steak and the fat on it is cooking so beautifully. Oh my God. Oh, there should be some kind of law against this. Oh, well, there probably will be as soon as the powers to be see my video and realize just how much love there is in shish kebabs. They'll make a law against shish kebabs unless you have correct registration and you paid your fees and everybody is old enough to enjoy the shish kebabs. A little political commentary. I think I'm going to have to get my telephone out. Okay, pretty amazing. period. Oh my God, look at that mushroom. Oh my God. Oh, fell in the fire. Oh well, that's what happens. It really doesn't take much time to cook these. Although I tend to like my meats closer to rare than not. You can't really overcook them. You can burn them. And then that's alright if you like charcoal-y flavored stuff, but if not, that's probably the only way you can really ruin these is to burn them. Now there's a huge, huge moon over the mountains I'm looking at. There's a dusty, kind of cloudy, and the moon looks like it's as big as a house over the mountains. But when I try and photograph that, it turns into a little tiny moon. I don't know what you gotta have to photograph some stuff like that. Maybe some NASA stuff. Who knows? Mushroom, don't drop it. Oh, I dropped it again, damn it. Oh, that's so bad, Jared. Wait, Gator, you're so bad. We're getting a little burntness on here, which is up. Now there's a mushroom. Don't drop it this time, Jared. I mean, Gator. Oh, in the dirt. Oh, man. All right, I'm actually thinking this is... I'm thinking this is cooked. I don't want to burn it. I have friends that like the burnt thing. But I don't like the burnt thing. A little bit of burnt. A little bit of French there, so to speak. French like to burn things, if I understand it correctly. Went to French cooking school a long time ago. Wasn't in France though, but it was a school for cooking French. Oh, oh, oh. This fire's pretty hot. Oh my God, the grease is dripping off of that New York steak. Like, oh my God. Here, mushroom. Mushroom. Ah, I didn't drop him that time. Didn't get to eat him either. Yep. How's that look? I can't see in my monitor, but looks good from here. So we put the cover on this bad boy, and after we eat, we should be eating out here on the picnic table around the fire. Yeah, picnic table around the fire. But there's nobody here except me and that big giant ass dog that comes into my yard. And like I said, I hope he doesn't visit till I got some leftovers for him. Yeah, we still got mic action. We're gonna cool it down now. See you inside. Okay, there it is. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely delicious. The meat cooked perfectly. The meat was cooked perfectly. A little bit of burnt just to add some flavor and crunch along the edges. Can you imagine this over like a bed of rice? Probably the best shish kebab I've ever had in my life. And that's saying something. Must have been all that love. Yep. All that love. Yum!